So this past weekend, Daniel Hemric became the NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. Now I know what you're thinking, how the hell did the guy that couldn't win a race win a damn championship? To answer this question, we're going to go back to the beginning. Daniel Hemric made his National Series debut in 2013 when he started his first truck race at Martinsville. He drove the number 6 Chevrolet for Sharp Galler Racing. Unfortunately, he ran into some issues early in the race and he can only muster up a 32nd place finish. He would make one more start a couple weeks later at Phoenix, where he would get a respectable 13th place finish. Now you're probably wondering, this guy had trouble winning races, how did he even get this opportunity? Well, Daniel didn't always have trouble winning. In fact, in Legends cars, Daniel was pretty damn good. In 2008, he won the Concord Speedway Pro Championship, as well as his first of 2 back-to-back Legends Pro National Championships. In 2009, with nearly 60 wins and just under 80 starts, he maxed out his national points early on the way to winning his second National Legends Pro Championship, in addition to earning the Summer Shootout Series Championship on the strength of 6 races and 10 starts. In 2010, Hemric won the Legends Million at Charlotte Motor Speedway, winning the largest paycheck in Legends cars history, $250,000. His success wouldn't stop there either. He would move up to late models, running his first full season in 2012. He won the Champion Racing Association Tour Championship, scoring 8 victories on his way to the title. Hemric won the Summer Shootout Series champion again in 2013, in addition to competing in the Southern Series Late Model Championship. He also competed in the Blizzard Series Late Model Tour, winning the Series 2013 championship. With results like that, it's no wonder Daniel got his shot at the NASCAR National Series level. In 2014, Hemric would go on to make one start in the Truck Series finale at Homestead Miami Speedway for NTS Motorsports. He would finish 12th in that race, and that was good enough to net him a full-time ride with the team in 2015. He did not pick up any wins, but he did finish a respectable 7th in the standings. He had 4 top 5s and 13 top 10s. No poles, and he led 18 laps. Not that bad of a rookie campaign. However, his highlight of this season is probably not one he wants to remember, and that's him completely annihilating his jackman on pit road at Chicagoland Speedway when his truck unfortunately suffered damage earlier in the race and he had no brakes. His 2015 campaign was good enough to get the attention of Brad Keselowski, and in November of that year it was announced that he would compete full-time for Brad Keselowski Racing in the Truck Series the following year in 2016. Daniel would go on to have one of his best seasons at the national level in 2016. Despite not winning a race, he accumulated 11 top 5s, 17 top 10s, no pole positions, but he led 119 laps. He finished 6th in the standings, as he qualified for the playoffs, being the highest driver without winning a race, and he had an average finish of 8.6. That still stands today as his best average finish throughout an entire season. Despite not getting a victory and having a really solid season, in September 2016 it was announced that Hemric would join Richard Childress Racing in 2017 to compete full-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and compete for Rookie of the Year. He had an okay year. He didn't get any wins of course, but he had 7 top 5s and 16 top 10s and 1 pole. He did manage to point his way into the Final Four, where unfortunately battery issues took him out of the running. He would remain with RCR in 2018. He would have a slightly better year, no wins again, but 16 top 5s, 23 top 10s, 4 poles, 440 laps led, and he would make the championship 4 again. He would also come up short this time, but he would finish 1 better in 3rd. He had an average finish of 9.0 that year, which is pretty good, despite being a championship contender 2 years in a row. With Daniel picking up no wins during this time, it's kind of sad that when you go back and try to look at his RCR Xfinity days, you see a lot of kind of negativity and a lot of stuff like this.
Oh, big crash, Daniel Hemric. DJ, and that is a hard lick.
Hold your brake.
Wow. He was second quickest in that first practice.
The guy that was in the second position, 21 of Daniel Hemric.
Yeah, William Byron had heated up Hemric, got to his back bumper, but that's just a case of getting loose. And Brad, if you're a half
car length back, you still free up the guy a little bit in the front, and as treacherous as you said the condition.
And even when you try to go back and look at his Brad Keselowski racing season, it's pretty much the same story despite having a very good year. Despite not being able to find victory lane yet at the National Series level, he did have 2 back-to-back Championship 4 appearances, and I guess this is when Richard Childress decided, hey, let's go cup racing with Daniel Hemric in 2019. Now this wasn't a total out of the blue move. Early in the season of his 2018 Xfinity season, on March 20th, 2018, it was announced that Hemric would attempt 2 races in the 2018 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. The Spring Richmond race and the Charlotte Roval race, driving the number 8 RCR Chevrolet. In his Cup debut at the Toyota Owners 400, he qualified 22nd and finished 32nd, 3 laps down. Plans were actually in the works for Daniel Hemric to drive the 95 Levine Family Racing Chevrolet in 2019 in the Cup Series. The team was affiliated with RCR, and with Casey Kane retiring at the end of the year, they needed a new driver, and they tapped Daniel to be that guy. However, the deal fell through when Levine Family Racing decided to switch with Toyota and partner with Joe Gibbs Racing after the exit of Furniture Row Racing. So because of that, on December 14, 2018, RCR announced that Hemric would drive the number 8 car instead of the number 31 car in the 2019 season, and race his first full-time season in the Cup Series. Hemric had a very underwhelming rookie season in the Cup Series, despite winning Rookie of the Year. In the 36 race season, he managed to score 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. He did get a pole, and he led 22 laps, but he did not make the playoffs. He finished 25th in points and had an average finish of 22.5. In August of that season, Hemric said it was iffy about his status for 2020, despite having signed a 2-year contract with RCR. A month later, on September 17th, the team announced that Hemric would be released after the 2019 season. So his Cup career up to this point would only last 1 year. However, this didn't stop Daniel Hemric from landing a top-tier ride in 2020. Although he'd have to go down to the NASCAR Xfinity Series, he would race a majority schedule for Junior Motorsports in the number 8 car. He would race 21 of the 33 races, those other races being driven by Jeb Burton and 1 race by Dale Earnhardt Jr. His 2020 season was okay. He managed to get 7 top 5s and 12 top 10s, but he had no poles, only 10 laps led, and had an average finish of 16.2. His Junior Motorsports gig didn't last long, but that's okay because in 2021 he was going full-time again in the Xfinity Series, but this time with Joe Gibbs Racing. Unfortunately, his biggest highlight of the season was this massive wreck at Homestead Miami Speedway. So Daniel joined Joe Gibbs Racing's Xfinity team to drive the number 18 Toyota in the 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series. Daniel had a very solid year. Overall, his numbers were slightly lower than his 2018 season with RCR. He had 15 top 5s, 21 top 10s. No poles, but he led a career high 663 laps and finished the year with an average finish of 10.8. He was very consistent throughout the season, and just like 2017 and 2018 when he was with RCR, he pointed his way into the Final Four. It was looking like Daniel was going to have a really successful season again, highlighted by some embarrassing moments. He had another pit crew incident at Homestead, and who can forget, of course, his little fight with Noah Gragson, if you can even call it a fight. This would have definitely been his number 1 highlight of the year, but the finale at Phoenix changed everything. Before the finale at Phoenix, it was announced on September 25th that Daniel Hemric would leave Joe Gibbs Racing and go to Colleague Racing for the 2022 NASCAR Xfinity season. So this championship race was his last race with Joe Gibbs Racing, as he was moving on to another team after 1 year again. I don't think Daniel Hemric was anybody's pick to win the Xfinity Series championship, and he definitely wanted to prove people wrong. After staying in the hunt all day and putting himself in position at the end, that is exactly what he did.
Find a way to get into the gas a little sooner. The 22 takes that momentum.
Side drafting down the backstretch.
Oh, he's gonna get loose. The 18 gets a little loose, flaps up the track. No contact, but it did move the 22 up the racetrack. He wasn't able to finish the corner, so
One more time around.
Daniel's still right there. What will he do?
The 2 fighting for the win and the championship. Thrill
1 and 2. They stay side by side. Now the 18 ducks in behind. One more chance. The 22 in front. The 18 closing the gap. Out of 4. They're side by side. Hemric's going to win it at the line. Daniel Hemric just silenced the doubters. He's made his own history. Daniel Hemric wins. He's the Xfinity Series champion.
You got it.
With pure drive and determination, Daniel Hemric just sails it off into turn number 3, makes contact with the 22, and was able to get by for a last turn, last lap victory, and not just his first victory, that move was for the Xfinity Series championship. What an incredible way to win your first race. Kinda unbelievable. I mean, if it didn't happen, you probably wouldn't believe it. I know there's a lot of people that are gonna discredit Daniel for this by either saying the format is broken, how a guy who hasn't won all year can magically be eligible for the championship, which that is nothing new, and some people just say that it's a dirty move. But in my opinion, that was just good hard racing, and Daniel did exactly what he needed to do to win that race and to win himself his first championship in NASCAR. So in one corner, Daniel Hemric went from NASCAR's biggest underachiever, or even a bust as some people might call him, to being a NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. That'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe to the channel for more NASCAR related content. I've also set up a Redbubble store where I'll be selling a bunch of NASCAR stickers, so if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link in the description below, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care.